Hey, look, I'm live. Henry McClure live. How are you? You can't really see it up on the board, and I'm gonna get I'll get some black markers. I got all these colored markers, but they don't show up on the new whiteboards, and we've got whiteboards all over. So Jetto has outlived its usefulness, and you know one thing nobody's really talking about, and that's the 2.5 million a month that we pay in interest on the debt. Now, that may be high in interest, but it's also low because you got to figure some of our debt has principal payments. And so that's just taking the $500 million, and that was at a 6% rate. And probably a lot of our bonds are lower than that. But I don't know. I think this is something I want to do. Is I want to analyze where are we on the road to bankruptcy as a city. Um, Tonight was the Jetto meeting, which I can't take it anymore. I really can't. Israel today was making a presentation. Who's a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire, and he can't even finish his report. And Molly has to get up and stand up for him. And here's what you're doing, Topeka. I think you're spending a lot more than $2.5 million, but you're spending $2.5 million to have somebody do economic development for you that ain't working. Okay? A year. And I'm not kidding you. Tonight, that room was like a furnace. And like everybody's sweating. Well, Molly was fanning herself like, they didn't have a lot to present tonight. No new deals. But I'm telling you something. It's just what I'm seeing happen on the national level. People that like what's happening on the national level, there's some of you out there. What I need to do is I need to make the analogies hit at home. You're seeing it nationally. I'm only getting 1.5 million views on my page here, and my YouTube channel gets a lot of people are watching longer on YouTube than they do here. I don't really know who watches here, and I can't tell who's online now. It says I got one viewer. Excuse me. So what I want to do is I want to replace everybody on city council. Everybody. I don't care who you are. Doesn't matter. You're part of the problem. I don't care what your last name is. I don't care what color you are. I don't care who you are. Because it's a perpetual problem. It's not just that vote or this vote, or if you look at everybody individually, everybody probably but Karen Hiller. I mean, she voted that a bark park was economic development. Karen Hiller sat up there too long. Look, part of the $2.5 million in interest payments, well, Karen Hiller's probably sit up there longer than anybody. That's her fault. And she always will say, well, we're just learning what to do. Well, you never should have bought a hotel. Let's just start there. But Karen Hiller's she's part of the problem for the whole 2.5 million. We're $500 million in debt in Topeka, Kansas. And we're giving Cody Foster and the AIM development $9.2 million to redo a building. Look, Molly, from what I understand, the BioRealty guy, Molly was in charge of leasing that project. And the BioRealty guy told me on the phone he'd like to do the deal, but Molly said tonight that he didn't. But it doesn't matter. We shouldn't have Go Topeka today. We shouldn't have them. We need to put that money into infrastructure. We need to put that money into our roads. You know, Banks asked tonight, well, why do people not want to live here? Well, the crime rate, that's one, property crime's up. But real estate taxes, property taxes. And you should talk to your people that work under the dome, because we could reform. We got Republicans have the House and the Senate. We could be reforming property tax today for all of Kansas. But there's no reason to move to Kansas. And I want to look into the place. Ed Eller called me up and he said, oh, that's a flim flam company that wrote that we're 40th in line, you know, for 40th. So it's disgusting. It's disgusting what's going on in this town. So everybody who's in an odd district, Karen Hiller, number one, she's in my district. I want to replace. We got to find somebody to run for Karen Hiller's. I'm not going to do it. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. The mayor's not going to run, and I want to make sure that anybody on city council is not going to run for mayor or get elected for mayor, because they're part of the problem. I think Spencer Duncan voted yes for the hotel. Spencer Duncan just voted to give Bartlett and West $3.5 million. And the reason I'm bringing up Spencer's name, because I heard he wants to run for mayor, and I want to make sure he doesn't run for mayor. But he's also part of the $2.5 million a month problem. You can't hide for this stuff. And I don't care. Do I like Spencer as a guy? Yeah, he was here in this Glass Houses studio. He's a nice fella. I know his family. Hell, I got to thinking about it today. Kevin Cook actually kind of stood up for it, but he's in cahoots with, Kevin, you're not collecting the back taxes from another guy in another part of town. But Kevin, I think he brought that comment up about making Spencer look like uneducated and not knowing what was going on, while you've got Israel over here not able to answer the questions anyway. Molly's got to come up and carry his water because he's a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire. And so, excuse me. At the end of the day, Cook is mad at Tuck Duncan for suing the county for the revenue neutral problem. Thank you, Ken Corbett. One of these days, I'm going to get MD, my YouTube channel production manager, to we're going to start sorting these videos by topic. Now, this topic tonight is Jetto. Hashtag Jetto, baby. Hashtag Go Topeka must go. Man, this is just, it's mind-numbing. So the odd people, the odd districts are up. So District 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We've got to find somebody to come forward in every one of those districts. Make America great. Come in, let's talk. James Bolden is opening up an exploratory committee to run for mayor. You know, Duncan's got a lot of horsepower. He's got a lot of followers. I think, Jim, that might be a tough route to go. I pray that my buddy Earl McIntosh runs. Think about it. The city and the county are both getting sued over revenue neutral. And think about how the sitting council, everybody that's running in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, just dismissed Earl McIntosh and his 5,400 signatories to the petition. What's wrong with putting it on the ballot? But the true crime that we're not talking about, oh, and then Spencer today, well, it's only 575,000. And then Karen Hiller over here wants to start using the economic development so we can demo a house, because there's a house in the block for some affordable housing project she wants to do. And everything that they did that Israel was bringing up, my projects would have qualified for. The sewer, you had to hear me yap about the sewer for the Pizza Hut, which took 2 years to get a building permit. And my friend Devish Patel out on the Travelers Hotel, and thank you Topeka Police Department for helping me get that thing vacant. Fortunately for me, I got some people that just want to buy it as where it is, make the sale. And fortunately, the nice thing about selling is, you know, somebody like Karen Hiller, let's say she's angry at me for talking about the Bark Park, or saying she looks like the church lady back from Saturday Night Live, you know, or Rachel Maddow, something like that. She can't get at that deal. You know what I mean? Now, she could hold resentments about the guy that bought it. Well, you bought that through Henry. He made money, and we don't like him around here. He tells the truth. We don't want the truth. Oh, man. Politics in Topeka, Kansas. This is Mayberry. Andy Griffith is fighting back. He's deporting people. I tell you something, that's what I'm going to do, because that's the way to fight today. You got to bring up everything to do with federal funds. Anything that has any federal funds connected to it, like all our road projects. So we're going to find out, we're going to have some fun here. We're going to find out how much federal funds comes into Topeka, and we're going to find out how much we're going to lose because they're not following the law. But we've got, they want to make it up as they go. We're not going to collect taxes from this guy over here. We're going to give this guy money over here, but we're going to tell this guy over here, no, I can't give you money. That doesn't create jobs. You know, we've got the NGOs. You got to look at Go Topeka, like USAID. And she's up there giving money to the people that doesn't have anything to do with jobs or economic development. It's a slush fund. Hey, you know something? $5 million means something to me. $575,000 means something to me. But we got to change the way we do things in this community. Man, we need help. But let's bring it all back to the Citizens Commission. That's going to be the cornerstone of my breakfast every day. Excuse me. All right. Hey, I got 3 people. Hello, Henry McClure Live. I love you guys. I do. And I love Topeka. And I'm not going to let a bunch of tax and spend people run me out of my own town. I want to be able to buy something and be able to afford real estate taxes in this neighborhood. I like I like it here, man. If you like Four Seasons, hell, we've had them all in this month. We've had it in the last 10 days. Um, but look, you guys, think about it. Every month, and we'll get the numbers. They've got a spreadsheet somewhere. I wish I could just get somebody to listen to my podcast and make Quora requests. Because I need the Quora request. I need the Quora request because I think the minutes of the meeting of the Go Topeka board meeting, those meetings aren't public. So an NGO is deciding where taxpayers' money goes, and the JETO members can be at the meeting, but there isn't anything secret about these meetings. Because if the board members of Go Topeka can know it, I can know it. It's all sophistry. Look up sophistry. When you work for somebody who knows how to speak Yiddish, so they have these, the Go Topeka have meetings, and they decide where taxpayer money goes. They're an NGO. And that's why we really got to say it like it is. We got to break up the Greater Topeka Partnership. They have no business controlling Go Topeka, Downtown Topeka, Visit Topeka, who knows what other part of Topeka, Topeka Country Club. Go out there on chicken night, they're all out there. But we got to change how we do things. That's why this Citizens Commission is the deal. If you have this Citizens Commission in place, we all get a say in our own government. The mayor says you got to have a voice. Boy, that guy's beginning to, he again was, I don't blame him for not liking me. I'm glad that goofball isn't running again. He's not qualified to be making these decisions. And that's what Kevin Cook today did very articulately. And I think he picked on Spencer because Spencer's dad's suing the county for the revenue neutral. But they're not qualified to be making the decisions either. We need to get a business person, somebody that knows something about business. And if we just make this thing simplified, running this town would be simple. Because if you just do away with Go Topeka and put all the money in the roads, I'm telling you, we can run this town. We can develop this town, and that's what the town needs is a developer. We need some leadership, somebody that's built something, somebody that's put some skin in the game. Also, somebody that can't be bought. The guy that runs for mayor shouldn't accept any campaign contributions because you can't own him. Doesn't matter what you do or say. So what I want to do, if I ever run for office, I want to get it to where it's just so heinously obvious that they're discriminating on me just because I'm Henry McClure. They're doing it now. And think about it. The Travelers Motel was a lot of stuff going wrong out there. And sometimes it just gets away from you. And thank you, Topeka Police Department, for helping get that under control. Thank you. But he wasn't going to tear the thing down. I'm telling you, I know personally, it's a lot easier sometimes to get things done with a fresh start. And they were saying it tonight at JETO. Well, look, if we tore that house down, that block would look better. Well, Karen Hiller, that money, that's the same money you could have used to tear down the Travelers. And I don't believe that all this, see, what they've done is they've created this bureaucracy. It is exactly what's going on a national level. You know, what people really don't understand, what you don't understand, is all he wanted to do is make people come back to work, right? People took early retirement because they just didn't want to come back into the office anymore. But if we got this thing dumbed down so easy that money is just automatically going into infrastructure, paying down our debt, and we just stick our nose, we don't go out and buy hotels, we trim the fat, we make it simple, you're in and out of these meetings. And we got to start taking public comment in the committee meetings. That's absolutely, um, that's got to be a violation. That, that, whoever runs for city council meetings, you got to make that part of your platform. I would vote for, because look, what you do is you have you talk it out in committee, but there are people in this town that don't want to have public comment in the committee meetings. Well, um, we want to keep the meeting short, get in and out. That's why we just got to replace everybody. Let's start over. And I mean, really, literally, we got to reform our government, but the Citizens Commission is the entity that actually decides that, not this little 5-person kangaroo court that they set up. Well, I've spoke my piece. Um, we need to get some people. Hey, throw your hat in the ring, run for office. Districts 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We need to get you out there. Run for office. Do your community service. Look up the excuse me, the Citizens Commission. That's what it's all about. Hey, think about this. You can come in and talk about politics right here on the Henry McClure Live Show. Hey, if nobody's told you they love you tonight, I love you. Thank you for your time.